I'm going to show you how to set up a profitable wall art shop in as little as 15 minutes. We're not going to overcomplicate it. We are just focusing on what's actually important to making sales quickly. This method can work for any print-on-demand or digital product shop, but for the sake of using specific examples and walking you through it step by step, I will just be focusing on digital and physical posters in this video. I've personally generated thousands of dollars in passive income from selling wall art the last few years. So the strategy I'm sharing is proven to work. This is what I would do if I were opening a brand new store today. Now, I will be showing you how to open a shop specifically on Etsy because I have experience with it and I truly believe that it's one of the best ways to get started as a beginner. They make it super easy to open a shop and start selling products right away, especially if you don't have any digital marketing experience. But if you're not able to sell on Etsy based on where you're located, you can definitely open a shop on your own website using Shopify, for example. Many things I teach in this video will be relevant regardless of where you choose to sell. All right, your first step is to think a little bit about your brand, and that starts with a shop name. Don't overthink this part because I promise the quality of your products will matter so much more than the name of your business. But I do want you to consider a few factors here. Try coming up with a name that describes your brand and the products you offer in more of a broad sense, as opposed to being very specific. For example, instead of something like boho chic wall art, you can try boho chic artistry so that you can always add different types of products to your shop in the future and not limit yourself to just wall art for the life of your shop. Of course, the name has to be available on Etsy, and ideally, you want the same name available across all social media platforms that you intend to use in order to promote your shop, like Instagram and Pinterest, for example. And I recommend creating a new Google account so you can have an email address that matches the name of your shop. This will help keep everything consistent and organized. And if you're struggling to come up with a name, you can always use ChatGPT to get some ideas and narrow it down to the one that suits your brand best. Next, you'll need to design your branding elements. This includes your shop banner and your shop icon. You'll notice that many Etsy sellers use their logo for their shop icon, which you can also do. If you're selling on Etsy, you can simply use free templates in Creative Fabrica that will save you a ton of time. If you've never used Creative Fabrica before, they offer a huge library of fonts, graphics, and mockups, and they recently added a new online design tool to their platform called Studio, where you can use their pre-made templates. I'll leave a link to Studio down below, which you can use absolutely for free. And if you don't already have an account, I've partnered with them to give you guys 10 free downloads when you sign up. So you can grab any bundles of graphics, fonts, mockups, etc., and you can cancel at any time before you even get charged. I will leave a link to that down below for you as well. So we can search Etsy shop icon in the search bar and browse through all these available templates that we can go in to edit. So I picked this basic one that can just be the logo of the shop. Let's edit the text to match the shop name and play around with the text and background colors. You can change up the graphics in your template as much as you want to ensure that it doesn't look exactly like someone else that may have used this free template as well. I'm just demonstrating here how you can upload your own graphics and replace the default graphics included in the template. But honestly, the original is a great starting point. You can just use it as is and change anything up later. Remember, we don't want to overthink this step, but we do want our brand to look professional and cohesive. Next, you can search for Etsy shop cover and choose a template that suits your brand aesthetic best. There's no right or wrong option here. It just depends on what you want to showcase when a customer visits your shop. You can take a look at other successful Etsy sellers to get inspiration on how you want your banner to look. I personally like the ones that display a few product examples in the banner to give customers a preview of what to expect in the shop. So I would go for something like this and just swap out the text and images for my own. I can do that by going into Uploads and uploading some digital files of my artwork. Remove any graphics and elements I don't want, and I can just drag in my own images. Of course, edit the text to match your shop name, and you can further play with the fonts using the settings on the left side to match more of your brand style. Now, the most important aspect to always think about when designing your brand is your target customer, because all ultimately, you are creating a space for them to come visit, as well as products that they can truly envision in their home. Think about who your target customer is, what kind of home decor they typically gravitate towards, and how your wall art can complement that in their home. One of the best ways to help your customer envision how to use your wall art is to select the right mock-ups. Take a look at some successful Etsy shops that sell wall art and just browse through their listings to see how they showcase their products. You will notice that most of them stick to a specific style because they understand their customer and they found what works. Once you find a few mock-ups that suit your brand aesthetic and that your customers are consistently clicking on, you can use them for all your pieces. My favorite places to download frame mock-ups are Creative Fabrica, Creative Market, and Etsy. Now, obviously, the cost of purchasing multiple mock-ups for your wall art can get costly. So if you are looking for the most affordable option, I would recommend Creative Fabrica, because with their subscription, you have access to all of their mock-up listings and bundles, rather than paying for each package individually. Do not underestimate this step. If you've done any online shopping, you know that images are super important when deciding whether or not to purchase a product. Now that you have put some thought and work into your brand, it's time to think about the designs of your wall art. So in one of my previous videos, I mentioned that in order to compete as a new seller, it's important to consider creating classic products and trending products. A classic product can stand the test of time and can sell on repeat throughout the year. A trending product will be super popular for a smaller period of time in the year, but it can be a great way to bring in a ton of traffic to your shop and therefore help your classic product sell as well. This is where product research is super important. You do not have to reinvent the wheel to be a successful seller. You just have to figure out what's already working and add your own spin to it. There's different ways to do your research. The free way is to go broad and search wall art in Etsy's search bar, or you can search a specific style you're thinking of selling, like boho wall art or motivational wall art, for example, and browse through to get some inspiration from bestsellers on the first page. You can click on some of the listings and scroll down to read some reviews to see what the customers are loving about the products. And the more listings and shops you take a look at, the more patterns you will notice. You'll learn what styles and aesthetic your audience tends to gravitate towards, which will help you determine what to implement into your own artwork. You can also use paid tools to help you find popular products and currently trending products. I like to use Insight Factory to help me find trending wall art designs that are currently very popular. I have a few videos showing how to use this tool, so I'll link them down below for you. I've also shared how to use Marmalade to find popular niches with lower competition, which is the sweet spot that I always talk about in order to rank in search as a new seller. And Allura is amazing for determining how much revenue and profit current sellers are generating from the products they're selling on Etsy, because there's no point of selling a product if the profit margins are just not worth it. There are clearly many great tool options you can go with. I will link some of them down below for you, as well as a few tutorials that you can check out. Some of them have free versions you can use or free trial links that will allow you to test them out first. Once you have design ideas for your wall art, whether you did your product research through Etsy only or you're using a paid tool, you can now find and purchase fonts and graphics to use in your products. That is, of course, if you're not creating your own fonts and graphics from scratch, because that's also an option too. I personally use Creative Fabrica for downloading most of my elements. Like I mentioned, their library is just so vast, and they have the most affordable subscription that I've personally come across. There's an amazing promotion going on right now that I highly recommend checking out. You can also use Studio to create your wall art, especially if you're already using Creative Fabrica for downloading all your elements. Studio also offers additional graphics and fonts that you can use when designing your products. The reason they added this online design platform is because they want designers to have everything they possibly need to create their products. And as you can see, it's super easy to use. Simply upload and drag in your elements, change up the font styles, play around with the built-in graphics, and just explore its possibilities since it is free to use. One of my favorite features is their PNG generator, which is just under Spark AI. So you can describe an image you you want to create. For example, watercolor baby elephant sitting on flowers and leaves. It will generate a few images for you that you are free to use however you like. And you can generate as many times as you want to get exactly what you're looking for. Now, regardless of which software you use to create your wall art, you can download it as a JPEG or PDF file and offer it as a digital download in one listing in your shop, and then also offer it as a physical print-on-demand product in a separate listing, which is the next step we need to take. So you have your designs ready, it's time to open your shop. If you don't already have an Etsy shop, I recommend using someone's referral link so that the first 40 listings you upload will be free. Otherwise, each listing you upload will cost you 20 cents. By using someone else's referral link, you also give them 40 free listings. I'll leave my link down below if you want to use it, or you can search 40 free listings on Etsy and just use any of the links you find. You can also create your own referral link and share it with other people so that you can continue to list products on Etsy for free. So just use your new Gmail account that you created in order to open up your shop. The process is very straightforward after that. Just make sure you input your banking details correctly. It tends to be a reason why some shops get suspended before they even upload new listings. And sometimes Etsy will suspend your shop due to an error on their part. This happened to me in my latest shop. I got suspended right away for no reason, so I just contacted Etsy support and appealed it, and they reopened my shop within 2 weeks. So you should be fine if this happens to you. You can then upload your shop icon and banner that you already designed using the templates, and upload a clear photo of yourself if you're comfortable. Adding a face behind the brand is something that customers always love to see. It not only helps them connect with you more, but it makes your shop and business more trustworthy. Now, this part is really important. You're going to want to fill out all the components of your shop so that it looks professional and complete. This includes your shop title, announcement, FAQ section, all of it. Luckily, I created a free guide for you that includes all of these features, where to find them, and my tips on how to fill them out. So you can grab that from the description box below. Uploading digital files to sell in your store listings is super easy to do. That's why I love selling on Etsy so much. Just select the digital files option when completing all the details of a new listing, and upload your JPEG or PDF files for your customers to download after they make their purchase. But we're also offering our wall art in physical format in separate listings to not only increase the profit margins, but to also offer our customers the option of receiving a physical poster. So you'll need to choose a print-on-demand company that will create and ship out the physical products for you. And for this, I highly recommend using Printify. It is free to sign up, so you can do so using the link below with the same Gmail account you created. Printify has a wide range of products in their catalog that you can upload your designs to and add to your Etsy store. They also make it super easy to integrate your Etsy shop with Printify so that each time a customer purchases one of your Etsy listings, Printify gets notified and will create, package, and ship that product to your customer for you. All you have to do is design and upload the product, and Printify takes care of the rest. Of course, you will have to promote your products to generate the traffic and sales, which we will talk about in a little bit. If you are choosing to sell on your own website, you'll see that Printify also integrates with Shopify, Squarespace, Wix, and more. And you don't have to pay anything out of pocket up front. Printify makes their money by taking a cut from the profit after you've actually made a sale. So it's as simple as selecting one of these poster options to place your design on. So for example, I will choose this one here and click on Start Designing. Under Variants, you can select multiple sizes to offer to your customers. So I'll choose a few sizes here. You can upload your artwork onto the artboard and place it how you like. Once you're happy, click on Save Product, and this is where you can edit a few features before uploading it onto your Etsy store. It's just that easy. And once it's uploaded, I recommend going into your Etsy listing to edit it further by adding more mockups, revising the description, and adding more keywords to your title and tags. I have a few step-by-step tutorials on how to use Printify and how to integrate it properly with your Etsy store, which I will also link for you down below. All right, you've got your brand, your designs, and your shop is open and ready to go. Let's talk about actually bringing in the customers and generating sales. To start off, the great thing about platforms like Etsy is that they already have a large number of shoppers visiting on a daily basis that you can tap into. In order to do that, you have to understand that SEO matters, which stands for search engine optimization. It refers to the keywords you place in your title, description, and tags in order to rank in Etsy search and get found by your ideal customers. So the more you can include highly relevant and specific keywords in your listings, the better chance you have at ranking on the first page. Once you rank, the next most important factor is something we talked about earlier in this video, which is your mockups. All your mockup images are super important, but the thumbnail image, which is the first image you use in your listing, is what's going to get the click. So as I mentioned, do not overlook this step and prioritize making your mockups look appealing, professional, and stand out from the rest. In addition to relying on Etsy search traffic, you have to keep in mind that this is a business and it requires you to promote it in order to generate more traffic and awareness. So ideally, you picked a shop name that is also available on the social media platforms you want to use, like Instagram or TikTok. So whichever tools you're most comfortable with, you can start a new account using the same name and share your products to get the word out there. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that Pinterest is my favorite way to promote products on Etsy because it's also a search engine that can generate traffic to your shop for months, if not years, after you upload a product pin. Pinterest is also free to use, and most users on Pinterest are either looking for inspiration or a product to buy. So it's the perfect platform to promote on, even if you're selling your products on your own website as opposed to Etsy. I have a video that I will link for you down below on how to use Pinterest to drive traffic and sales to your shop. As you continue to build your shop, another guaranteed way to generate consistent sales is to upload more products similar to what's already working. So if you notice that a specific style is getting more favorites and sales and others are not performing really well, take that as the best free market research and listen to your customers by making more similar styles to the popular ones. And while experimenting with new products to add to your store, try sticking to designs with lower competition in order to ensure that your shop continues to rank quicker in search. In my next video, I will be doing a deeper dive into my favorite ways to market your digital and print-on-demand products. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. Don't forget to sign up for Printify using the link in the description box below. It is completely free to do so. And make sure to try out Creative Fabrica Studio entirely for free and grab your 10 free downloads using the links below. Let me know if this video was helpful by giving it a like, and you can head over to this video next where I show you how to use Pinterest to drive traffic to your shop. So I'll see you there.